Ralph, I'm so sorry that you feel like you've lost everything. I don't know what that means to you, but perhaps your wife has died, or perhaps it's your parents or your children. Maybe your career is not where you wish it was, or maybe your ship never quite came in. Hell, maybe the world's ending and the dead are rising. If so, be sure to find me and say hello. Don't worry, I'll be mostly harmless without my dentures. I can't say for certain what happened to cause you to open this letter, but there are a few things I can say that I hope might help. When your grandmother passed away, after 46 years of marriage, I too felt I had lost it all. I wanted nothing more than to join her up there in the clouds, because I was suddenly alone in a very cold world without the only person who could ever keep the chill at bay. Every moment I would force myself out of bed, and I'd boil the kettle and place 2 mugs down on the table. And while her tea brewed and steamed by the place opposite, I'd pretend she was still there with me, and I'd close my eyes and talk to her. Tell her how my yesterday had been, then read the morning paper to her, and finally I'd proudly tell her how much you've changed and how well you were doing at school. Every Sunday I'd take a framed photo of her in all its faded sepia beauty and go to Marie's. I'd order 2 Sunday lunches, 1 pork, 1 beef, and set up her picture on the empty place opposite me. Every night, I'd go home and crawl into a lonely bed and stay on my half. But I'd always know she wasn't there, and for a long, long time I'd cry myself to sleep. But Ralph, here's what I learned as the next 10 years crept by. The sun sets every night, and the darkness leaks in, slowly drowning the light. But every morning, it rises again. Ralph, if it can rise again, then so can we. If it can light up the darkness, then we can at least stave off her own night. You already know how I met Martha, and I hope you know that she never replaced your grandmother. But she did bring me comfort and happiness, even in the bleakest, thickest despair one could imagine. She pulled me through it, dragging me, kicking and screaming back into the sun. And it might not have been as bright as it once was, but there is a beauty all of its own to the evening sunlight. I thought my life was over, but it wasn't. I'm happy again as I write this, even though I don't have much longer to enjoy it. I'm lucky. I always have been. Whether you're young or old now, I promise you this, your life is not over. Perhaps it's on hiatus, but it's not done. Tomorrow morning, you'll rise, as will the sun, and you'll try again. Maybe your ship will never come in all on its own. Maybe you'll have to swim very far out to find it. And yes, there will be waves and storms, sharks, jellyfish, and monsters, all of them standing in your way, all trying to stop you from reaching it, trying to force you to turn around and swim back to the dark shore behind you. But keep going. You'll get there, I promise. When you were little, you pretended to be a brave knight who had to fight fierce dragons for the good of the kingdom. And the next day, you'd decide you were a fireman or an astronaut. Nothing seemed out of reach for you back then. Nothing is now. It's time to dream again. Love, your ever proud Grandpa. Hey there. This was Bun Bun HD with another writing prompt. This one by Nick of Night. It's a very good one. I liked it. I didn't really read it like an old man. It was more just kind of my own voice, which I thought, I don't know, it's the spirit of him, a youthful kind of speaking. I don't know. Let me know what you thought. And I take criticism fairly well. So you can comment or something. And tell me if you liked it or if you hated it. Yeah, thanks.